Good evening, ladies and gentlegits. Zonin here with yet another Gitcast, and boy oh boy, this one is gonna be fun. We'll be having some right proper ORKY antics, which I know that a lot of people have requested, and considering the name is Gitcast, it's pretty much about time we actually get something like that going on then, isn't it? So let's not waste any more time. This is gonna be a 2 vs 2 on Caldera's Refinery. And our players for this fine evening will be Thunder playing as the Tyranids and the Hive Tyrant, Comrade Grumpy as the Chaos Sorcerer, Voss playing the Farseer, one of the players that have been casted a few times already, and Win Live Sucks Ass, another guest on this fine program for more than once. There's gonna be some quite explodey antics going on, let me tell you that. But for now, let's just look at what people are doing. Pretty standard stuff so far. Double shooters for the Orcs, double Termagant for the NEEDZ, double Heretics for the Chaos. Pretty common. A lot of people tend to go double Chaos Marines instead, but it's definitely a choice that's often done. And of course, Banshees for the Eldar player right off the bat. Very, very common, as they synergize incredibly well with the Farseer. Like we're gonna have our first encounter up here in the north. The Chaos Sorcerer is scouting a bit ahead. Does notice what the enemy commander is, taking a bit of the first element of surprise away. Of course, most people realize it's a commando right away, but it can let the commander get a bit more truth going in. He's gonna try and shoot these heretics while we have our other major encounters down here. This Farseer is gonna overextend herself a fair bit, but does manage to get a single hit in that didn't really do all that much. Now the Eldar forces are moved up nicely here, and this town is probably gonna have to get out of this. So he's taking very nice damage from these Guardians, which are one of the more fragile units without upgrades, but they do very, very nice damage without them either. Gonna have a bit of a struggle up here with the entire mid army minus their commander against Ditto for the Eldar. Eldar are being forced off, and their frailty is starting to show. They have taken a lot of damage at this point. Meanwhile, the Chaos Forces do manage to force off the Orc player up here with all these with the Sluggers that were actually down here capping the middle. There was just no melee power actually keeping those heretics away. Pretty much all the shooter units had to retreat at that point. Bit of standoff down here though. None of the players have actually really committed to a fight just yet. Meanwhile, Chaos does decap a few points up here and trying to wreck their nice red team's economy. Very nice move to do. It's often you can't really cap things entirely, but just decapping a point can be very helpful as it'll reset the requisition timer. Meanwhile, the Orcs do manage, these Sluggers here do manage to destroy the power node, but do have to get out of there, and power nodes were built before it was destroyed, so no major loss for blue team here at the moment. Does look like map control is in favor of red at the moment. They do have 2 power nodes up and are now pushing to regain their part of the map entirely. The Eldar has gotten the shuriken platform out, another pretty common strategy, although Grumpy does divert from the norm a fair bit by getting his 3rd heretic squad out. He needs to do some very nice use of the worship that allows his well, pretty much anything to become invisible. Could be very, very helpful. You see, just invisible and then started firing. Even if your units are revealed, those shooters are going to be doing around 20% less damage, I believe, against the cloaked units. So it's definitely a very, very nice worship to be keeping in mind. Looks like this Hive Tyrant has managed to charge in, and he's now chopping up this here shuriken platform pretty badly. He does get off a special attack that knocks back everyone, and I do believe he is gonna be making it, if only barely. Banshees don't give up the chase easily though. Looks like Win Live did manage a very nice stun bomb there, catching these heretics while they were stealth. But again, because they were stealth, they couldn't actually be seen by these shooter and the commander nub. So a decent opportunity was lost because of the worship there. It's definitely a very underappreciated worship, I believe. So it's very nice to see the use like this. Meanwhile, Thunder is going for one of the rather brutal setup with these Ravenous here, which can cause a lot of grief to it does look like the red team is going to be tearing first by quite the amount actually. Win Live is already halfway there, and Boss has pretty much just begun. Thunder, however, is very far away from actually getting to tier 2, and Comrade Grumpy also has a bit of a ways before. They're gonna get a bit of a power bash off here, so they should be able to catch up eventually if they can keep these power farms down for a while. You can see these Ravenous are just waiting to burrow up here. The question is if they're gonna go for the Guardians or the Shuriken platform. They do decide to chase the Shuriken platform instead, and that's very bad news. This Shuriken platform has taken a lot of damage. It's not gonna be able to survive long unless Voss reacts very quickly. They're surrounding the platform itself. Yeah, that thing is gonna go down. Terrible, terrible loss for Voss at this point, although he does manage to kill off the Hive Tyrant in return. Well, these Ravenous seem rather confused. They're now digging in again. The Eldar doesn't have any ranges out. Oh, and there they go. Or they both these Banshees here and the Guardians. That nade really didn't hit anything. I wonder what's up there. These Banshees are in big trouble though. There's a lot of units here, and these Homogods are just going to tear them apart. I'm not sure they can actually get out of there. Nope, they go down. Boss is definitely in big trouble now. He only has his Guardians out as well to Farseer. He is getting some Warp Fighters out, which should hopefully help him. Looks like one of the Heretic squads just went down here. The Win Live does have out his Weird Boy, and he's gotten the Bigger Brains upgrade, which increases his hit points and grants him the Over There ability. Weird Boy, of course, is a fantastic choice against this many heretics. Pretty much one of his regular special attacks can do an awful lot of damage on a cultist blob. And it looks like here we go. Win Live is going to be getting the KABOOM war gear. Pretty much the one you see the least. Both hand grenades and the booby trap are much easier to use, but it's going to be very. There's been some very interesting uses of it, especially along with Weird Boy using Over There. So it's going to be very much looking forward to if he's going to be able to use this well. Looks like down here those Ravenous are just going to be trolling all these poor Warp Spiders. All the main fight is probably going to be happening up here for now. Most of the Tyranids are a fair bit away from the Eldar. Here comes the Heretics. And there's the Over There, but it sends away these guys into the fray, and they are fortunate to get out of there alive. These guys take a very hit. The Commander Arm is coming back. And yeah, that's it. There's the KABOOM, and boom! They are all dead. That's another one. That's another squad down. Win Live, and you can see that took away pretty much half his health. Pretty damn brutal stuff, but it can be very effective as it's one of the few explosives that actually doesn't. And look at that, almost a dead squad again. But wait, looks like he's gonna actually be doing it again. Is it already ready? Looks like it already ready. Yeah. Boom! And only the champion survives, and the Kommando just barely makes it out of there as well. That thing has such a low cooldown. I never actually realized this, but then again, in a lot of situations, if the Commander Knob has taken any sort of fire, he's not going to have enough health to actually do that twice in a row. You can see he does have the extra energy equipment, and he's only barely getting away alive. Still some very nice use of it so far. Killed a full Heretic squad, almost killed a second one. That thing's all pretty much already paid for itself. Very, very interesting play so far. Ooh, and there's a very nice use of the Rod of Warp Fire, pretty much taking down every single orc aside from the Knob. Looks like he's going to be going for the Knob, but he decides to instead kill the Knob. Of course, the Knob is much more expensive to replace, so it's a good thing that's the one that got away for once. Looks like Comrade Gumby has decided to go for Bloodless. He does have a squad of cultists out, which is going to mean they're going to be quite effective. And here they come, they're going to be jumping right on in there. But it looks, I do believe Warp Worm is probably going to be ready. Either that or the Stun Bomb is going to be fine for yeah, they're getting right on out there. Comrade Grumpy knows you do not want to get shot at while you've been warp vomited, as it not only stuns you, but you also take extra damage while it affects you. Looks like these Termagants are coming up to help the Chaos players, however. Not really seeing anything yet. And the Autark is dropping in over there. A bit of fun. There's the over there again. Oh, but that does not hit. Oh dear. And he just flies right ahead of these Tyrant Guard here. He must be very, very confused at the moment. The Kommando snob's not up for wasting opportunities. Starts applying a little dagger. Hopefully something good will have come out of it. Looks like these shooters have actually been buffed by the jump of the Autark. Whenever she lands, she heals a little and buffs units. I'm not quite sure what the... I can't really remember at the top of my head what that buff actually does, but it's quite useful indeed. This looks like Red is pushing back blue team a fair bit here. These Homagons, they are way out of their element. They have to get right on out there before they take any more losses from this huge blob of range damage. Not to mention, with both the Weird Boy, Autark and Farseer there, it's going to be very hard to approach that position. The Chaos Forces are coming up from the other side, once again using infantry to try and get some sneaky done. There's a Rudder Warpfire doing a good amount of damage in these shooters, although it didn't quite hit them as badly as the other. There's the lead again. And the Commando's using Love the Dagger in order to keep these guys on the ground. This Sorceror is in a fair amount of trouble at this point. There's a drop in of the River Swarm. And it looks like these guys are way out of their element. This will get really dangerous with Bloodletters. Looks like the Kommando is running in. He might be trying another KABOOM, but those sluggers are way too close. Oh dear! Ooh, that was pretty damn brutal. I don't think anyone... Well, it looks like Comrade Grumpy actually lost a unit to that, but I'm not quite sure which one it was. And there's a Warpfighter jump in, and they are going to be killing those Bloodletters as well. Oh, those sluggers. They actually didn't take a single loss, but they probably felt that one more. Oh, there's another KABOOM. Oh dear, I actually think... Yes, an entire Termagon brood just got destroyed in a single explosion there. Oh dear, I don't think I've seen a KABOOM used this aggressively in a long time. And the Kommando does not survive that, but oh, I do believe that was worth it. The Farseer is coming over to help a bit, and she does have the Spirit Stones out, which means she's gonna be getting a lot of energy here. Well, I thought she was gonna be getting energy back from arriving the Kommando now. I guess it's broken or something. That's the thing about Spirit Stones. It both gives her an AoE heal, and it's supposed to give her some benefits when she revives a friendly commander. Didn't really look like it did anything there though. Comrade Grumpy has gotten out another Heretic squad out though. Although it might actually be two. I'm not quite sure if how he lost his Heretics with Commander. Maybe that was the one that exploded in the last KABOOM. It's quite hard to keep track of all these explosions actually. That team is still holding on to these 2 victory points pretty well. There's the Love the Dagger, but the Weird Boy is not having a good day trying to shoot up the slope as you can see. He just cannot hit these guys as well as he should. And oh dear, look at that. Those sluggers are gonna have to get right on out there. And with that warp fire there, pretty much killed every single orc aside from the knob again. Not good at all. So we have a warp gate here in the middle, which helps quite a bit. And with these shooters actually having a knobs out now, these Ravener brutes are gonna have a much harder time actually doing a disruption they want, as well as the Commando knobs, of course. Orcs can be very hard to do stuff against with some very good protection options. So we're gonna have a bit of a gen dash here while the Autark finishes the free cap. We do, however, have these Homagons who are actually capping this southern victory point. But the Guardians are approaching. They're probably not going to be able to make it all the way down here stealth, but they might be able to catch him unawares. I'm not sure where the rest of the army is. There's the grenade. I don't think Thunder's actually seen this. He tried to get away. Oh dear, another complete wipe. There has been a lot of devastating explosions in this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty damn brutal right there. Once again, Love the Dagger used to control, and notice how it's actually not used in the typical combination of trying to get a burner bomb and then Love the Dagger. Instead, it's actually being used as in order just to keep these guys down for all the other daggers to actually... Oh, there's a KABOOM again! Boom! Oh, I do love seeing all these kids fly around. I don't think that was a full kill of any of these heretics, but both squads took serious damage there. And the Hive Tyrant goes down in the fray as well. There's an awful lot of shooty things here in this blob. It's going to be very dangerous for anything that's not a Carnifex to get through. And this Carnifex is actually getting the Barbed Strangler upgrade. It's very good against these shooter buff, but it's going to be working against him now with this Farseer being in melee. He said, as you can see, the a non-Fawnback Carnifex is much more fragile than pretty much any other possible Carnifex upgrade. Well, the Fawnback is much more durable. You can see he's pretty much died from this. A Fawnback would still have around 600 to 700 health. Not to mention it tends to do much better in melee combat. It does, however, do this Barb seems to do very nice damage in addition to the Predator, so it can definitely be useful. These rivers are just being annoying, and I look, this Squid Boy has had enough. He just blasts them off with a bit of a war power there. And the last one is getting daggered right on down. But it looks like this is gonna be the end, folks. We do have both the Avatar and as well as a Battle Wagon out. Not to mention that victory points has ticked very, very low for blue team at this point in E. They are down to around 14 victory points. Yeah, it does look like this is gonna be the end. KABOOM did just amazingly this game. I don't recall having seen it used this many times as well. I've seen more impressive singular uses, such as seeing it actually assassinate a Razorback or something like that. But seeing it used this aggressively and this many times, oh, it warms my ORKY heart. Thank you very much for doing this win live. This was really, really amazing to watch. And thank you all for watching. I'll be seeing you, ladies and gentle kids, around.